Hey guys, what's up? Lumpy Ice Cream here. Today, we're continuing along with the Very Lumpy Christmas, also continuing along with a personal favourite of mine, Lumpy Talks Toys. Now, I say we're continuing along, but really it hasn't even started yet. The first episode I shot was actually my review of all 4 versions of the Doctor Who Collector Series 12th Doctor, which is still currently being edited by the Tim. So I guess the official launch was my top 10 action figures, but that's not an official episode because it's not in the title. This will be an official episode, and it is technically the 3rd part. So, going back again to my top 10 figure list, we'll be taking a look at the figures in that list. Now, we've actually already looked at one of them, which is the animated series Batman. That isn't uploaded yet, it isn't edited yet. Need to give that to the Tim. So yeah. And that's actually a comparison with the DC Collectibles New Adventures Batman. So yeah, a little bit of comparison there. I'm thinking of doing that for the animated series ones, not uploading reviews of them until their counterparts come out. So I currently have Joker, both Batmans, Two-Face, Mr. Freeze, and Scarecrow. I won't really review any of them until they come out with their counterparts, which is something that is currently looking to be quite possible, because they want to go above and beyond with this. But yeah, so let's take a look at what was number 10 on my list, the Black Series Darth Maul. We're going to be taking a look at this a little bit more in depth, the Hasbro Black Series Darth Maul. So let's take a look at it, guys. See, I'm taking pauses because these won't be edited. These will just be uploaded raw because they're for the a Very Lumpy Christmas thing, so I don't have time to give them to the Tim so that he can give them back to me so I can edit them. So I can upload them so I can give them to him so he can edit them. I don't have the time to wait for him to edit and then give them back to me because he's very busy. He's making his own videos, so there'll only be a few videos I'll give to him to edit. These won't be part of them, so that's why I put the pause in there. I'm like, oh no, wait, this isn't getting edited. So before we look at the figure, we'll take a look at the packaging. And here it is. I've kept it all this time. I bought this like sometime last year. It's the only Black Series figure I currently have. I picked up a purchase that my mum told me I can't open till Christmas. Screw it, I'll spoil it now. It's the Black Series Kylo Ren with the Starkiller base. I think that's actually the better figure to get if you're looking for a Kylo Ren. Get the one with the Starkiller base. If you don't mind the added deco on the bottom, it's got like snow deco towards the bottom of the figure, but it's got a better lightsaber sculpt, it's got a better hand gesture, it's just an all-around better figure, so go for that one. But yeah, this was my first Black Series purchase, so let's take a look at this packaging. You can see up here we have the Star Wars The Black Series title. We have a little medallion picture of Darth Maul there. On the inside, I love how they didn't just like skip out on the inside. You can see the reflection of the webcam there. It's a little bit of a lumpyception up in here. Wait, if we angle it in, you can see the reflections just going in. Reflection after reflection after reflection. Anyway, you can see like the pattern, the orange stripe pattern there. Number 2, Darth Maul, was Boba Fett number 1. I can't remember. But anyway, if you look to the side, you have a nice side window view there. Something you're starting to see with a lot of action figures, I've noticed there. It's common in the Doctor Who line now. They're doing that with the Collector Series, so that's a bit odd. Just basic black on the other side there. Yeah. And then on the back, you get a silhouetted kind of picture of the battle between Qui-Gon Jinn, Obi-Wan, and Darth Maul on Naboo. There is a brief read up there. The evil Sith apprentice Darth Maul engages in a fierce lightsaber duel with Qui-Gon Jinn and Obi-Wan Kenobi. And then there's a quote, "At last we will reveal ourselves to the Jedi. At last we will have revenge." That's like one of the only things he says in the movie too. But the read up, I don't care about read ups generally, but this one kind of gets me annoyed. It's like, for people who do like read ups, that's a pretty piss poor one. But then again, it's all he does in the movie, so, well, pretty, you know, he has the fight on Tatooine beforehand, but yeah. And then at the top, you just got the same stuff as the front. On the bottom, barcode, all of that. I paid 50 Australian dollars for this guy from Johnny's Toy Store. May it rest in peace. Very upset to see that business go out. But, yeah. So, gonna throw in a pause here, because the webcam has a pause feature. I don't like using it, because it's very loud. You can hear when the button clicks, and it's annoying. It's easy just to edit it, but whatever. So, gonna throw in a pause, and we'll take a closer look at the figure. Are we back? Here's my hair dangling into shot. Yes, we're back. Apologies for that. It's really hard working, this thing. But nonetheless, here is the figure. And as you can see, it is a phenomenal looking piece. Actually, it might be better if we take a look at him without this robe on. First, we'll take a look at the robe. You can see I've got some paint specks or something lodged in there. Basically, this robe is attached to this head, which is a really cool way for them to do it, because if they were to do it the other way, that it was a robe you'd actually put over the top, it wouldn't sit right on the head. But doing this is a much better way. I wish they would incorporate that a little bit more. So yeah, it folds down from the hood. You can see all of the spikes poking through. It's really good. That face is really menacing. And you can see all of the creases that they've put in here are absolutely phenomenal. The detailing in this is splendid. Now the robes, the arms here do come out and they kind of twist, but I think it gives it just that add a bit more of character to the figure. So the way you take this off, I find it easier to pop the head off first and then peel it off. It's a very soft rubber, so it doesn't get in the way at all. And there you go. It looks kind of weird. We'll sit that back there. And then what you're left with is the body. You get this other head, which is kind of a pain, and I mean that literally, to get on, because the horns at the top, you're pressing down on them and they're pressing into your hand. It's not extremely painful, but it does leave a mark on your skin. So yeah, here is the figure. The face is phenomenal. The sculpting, it looks exactly like Darth Maul, I think. All of the horns. Now, I've got a horn that's broken off at the back here, but now I think maybe the paint apps are a bit wrong. I don't recall there being red around the horns. I just think they just went straight up into the horns. Maybe that's just like a kind of error that they just didn't fully paint them, and even then I can do it myself, but you know, whatever. Then we'll move to the torso. You've got the folds of all of the multiple layers Darth Maul was wearing in the movie. The tunic area, I guess. Really cool. His neck area is really nicely sculpted. The arms just basically come down to the elbows. That's where the elbow joint is hidden. And then you got like the undersuit area here. Then you have the gloves, which are really nicely sculpted. Even though the figure is basically, his outfit is fully black like it is in the movie, they've painted the belt, the gloves, and the boots with this gloss paint, which looks really nice, and everything else is in this like matte black. So that's cool. They could have went a completely different route and they could have just painted it all one color, but it's nice they went down this road. The belt is, again, nicely sculpted. It does have a port for the lightsaber, something that people wish would be incorporated with more of the figures. I personally don't care, because you're not going to display a Star Wars character without their lightsaber in hand. I mean, why would you do that? So, yeah. And then here is something people aren't fond of, is the mixed material. So you have the rubber pieces that fall down here, and the rubber piece at the back. Underneath that, you have cloth. You have some fabric at the back there, which is mostly covered by that, and fabric here. It's something that is incorporated to varying degrees of quality in the Black Series. Here, it works. It's not too noticeable, but for other figures, such as the Emperor, it looks really cheap and really stupid, and it just leaves you questioning, why did they do that? But for this one, it works. So, yeah. The pants are nicely sculpted. They're tucking into the boot. The boot has all of these straps and buckles and various textures in it. It's really cool. So yeah, there's the sculpt and all of that done. Let's roll on to articulation. He has a ball joint at the head, but it's on a hinge, so it can look down. It can look... Whoa! That's not how he died in the movie. Okay, I've got to just pull the laptop out. Put it back in. Okay. Yeah. That is something that can happen a lot with not just these figures, but any figures, really. But yeah, you can see the neck is sculpted kind of lunging forward, but it can really only look up that much, which I think is enough for Darth Maul. He has a ball joint at the shoulder, which moves out to 90 degrees and rotates full 360. His elbow is a ball joint, which is not my favorite kind of joint. There we go, if we get it the right way. I prefer just a double jointed elbow, but here it works because it hides articulation. So, and you get enough motion out of it that I think it's fine. He has a rotation at the hand, or at the wrist to be more precise, and that also hinges. He has a diaphragm joint, which they seem to be going for articulation that's easy to hide with this line, which is, I guess, fine. I probably would have preferred an ab crunch, but I think this does the job. You can lean it all sorts of ways, rotate it. So yeah. His leg can kick out, which is something I think very important for Darth Maul. And to the side, maybe not to the degree many people were hoping for. He can't really, like, do a split kick. But, you know, it's not like you can display him like that anyway. He doesn't have a, like, port for a display stand or anything, which would have been nice if they put that in there. But oh well. He does have a thigh swivel. And, a double jointed knee. He does not have a boot rotation, but you don't really need it because it's not logical. He has an ankle joint which doesn't really want to move much forward and moves a lot back, and an ankle rocker. So that's cool. He does have some trouble standing. I've noticed out of pretty much everyone in my collection, he is the hardest to stand. I'll walk into my collection room and he'll probably be the first one who's fallen over. As you can see, his feet are, I don't know, there's something odd about the feet, just the way they're sculpted. I don't know. But yeah, let's just lie him down and look at his accessories. We'll look at the lesser of them first. The binoculars he has during the Tatooine scene. It's nice that they included them, but no one's going to use them, I don't think. Like, you could always just give these to someone else, but they're nicely done. You got some, like, buttons there, red. Is that... I can't tell what color that is. I think it's just black. but then you got some gold at the front. Really cool. So yeah, nice paint apps, but I mean, when you look at binoculars, you'd think, what's the one thing you want him to do? That. And you can't really do it. It's just, he'll never be getting them up to his eyes, and in a way it would look cool. So, well, actually it wouldn't look cool to just have, like, you walk into someone's collection, it's like, oh, that's nice. Yeah, you got your Kylo Ren. That's a nice, cool pose. You got him in there. You know, he's fighting Finn, and there's Darth Maul holding the binoculars. What? So yeah, nice that they included it, but kind of why? I'm not even sure who would have binoculars that you could give those to. But anyway. I guess it could be for stop motion if you were into stop motion and into replicating scenes. But anyway, you also have here his lightsaber, which is in it. I can't remember if it came like this in packaging, but you can split it in half. Something that many people don't like. They probably would have preferred if it came like this, and then you got two that were just separated, because you're left with this little notch here. So I can see where people are coming from with that. But I don't think many people would have him displayed with just this. But again, it could just be for stop motion. That's what I think they could put them in there for, maybe. So you have that there. My problem is, if you wanted to, like, display him with one, you probably wouldn't choose this one because it has a little notch at the bottom. So you might choose this one. Problem with this one is they decided to put the fucking belt notch on there. It would have just been better to put the belt notch on this. Because, like, if you are displaying it just with the one, which, again, I don't know why you would, unless for stop motion purposes, then it would make more sense to put it on that one, as opposed to having them both be compromised by these weird sculpts. But, as mentioned, you can connect them. Come on. And it's a really nice sculpt. It looks just like it does in the movie. And as mentioned before, you can attach it to the belt, but I don't recommend it because, like, I don't know, it just looks super odd. I don't know. I'm glad you never really saw that in the movie. You never saw it hanging off his belt because it just looks super odd. But you can obviously get him. Now, the way I like to get him to hold it is, instead of forcing it into his hand, excuse the pun, I like to just, like, put it in there and then connect it and then move it down to the center. So, like that. Let's get him in that pose. I know it was in the other hand in the movie when he first ignites it, but I don't care. Let's just put him... No, okay, you know what? I'm pedantic. I need to put it in the right hand, which is the left hand. Come on. So let's get him in that pose. I'm not sure how this is looking on the camera, so if it looks crap, I apologize. But I think you can see what I mean by he's kinda hard to get to stand. Which is not what you want for a Darth Maul. You'd want him to stand pretty easily, I would imagine. Like, you know. There! I think that's a pretty cool pose. That's how, now see, I keep alternating between what poses I want for him. Like, sometimes I want him in this pose, other times I take the head off and put this head on and pose him up like that. But I'm thinking of sticking with this pose just for the meantime. But, yeah. So, yeah, guys, that was my review of the Black Series Darth Maul. I give it a, I give it a 10. Yeah, I can't really fault it. Yeah, just a few nitpicks here and there, but if you are a Darth Maul fan, more precisely a Star Wars fan, you need to get this guy out. Well, actually, that was the other way around. If you're a Star Wars fan, more precisely a Darth Maul fan, which, you know, I don't know of many people that don't like Darth Maul. You know, so many people view him as the only saving grace in the entire prequel trilogy. I wouldn't go that far, but definitely he's the saving grace of Phantom Menace. Well, he's not even the saving grace of Phantom Menace, he's just a good thing about the Phantom Menace. The only good thing, really. Anyway, so yeah, guys, that was my review. Let me know what you think of this figure. Do you own this figure? Do you not? Do you want to own this figure? If not, why not? Let me know. I'm open to for discussion. So yeah, guys, next we're going to be taking a look at the Marvel Legends Machine Man, I believe, was next up on my list. Yeah, I can't remember my own list, guys. Deal with it. But until then, guys, take care, and I'll see you next time. Please like, comment, subscribe, all that cool shit. I've done my outro in the wrong order. I'm just dangling over here. Hey, guys, how's it going? That's frightening. That is really scary. Anyway, guys, I thank you all for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, share, all that cool shit. Follow the links in the description below, and I shall see you next time. Till then, take care. Bye.